Hello and welcome back. Welcome to day 5 of the All Things Thieves class. Disclaimer, this information is for educational purposes only. You already know this. Day 5, we're going to be talking about greenwashing, what it is, what to watch out for. We're going to be doing some room makeovers, specifically in your bathroom and your kitchen. Products that you can ditch and switch in there. So you could start, if you haven't already been filling out your ditch and switch list, that little worksheet, you might be able to start doing that now if you haven't done it. We're also going to be doing some very simple DIYs, how to stretch out your Thieves hand soap as well as your Thieves dish soap so that you get the most out of your money. And then we'll do a cost breakdown of that hand soap and the dish soap. And then we'll get into action item number 5. All right, so let's get right into it. What is greenwashing? So this was from wikipedia.org, and they said that it's a form of spin in which green PR or green marketing is deceptively used to promote the perception that an organization's products, aims, or policies are environmentally friendly and also, I would say, safe for you, right? That there's nothing in there that is going to hurt you. Yeah, basically it's fancy language, deceptive marketing, usually on the product, on the label, to make you think it's okay, that it's safe for you, that it's eco-friendly, that it's not going to harm you, when really that may not be true. So some sort of good news is that the environmental marketing firm TerraChoice reports that products labeled green increased by 73% from 2009 to 2010, and that big box and mega stores offered a higher percentage of products with green labels than specialty retailers and green boutique stores. So what this means is that clearly people are demanding that what they buy is kinder to them, to their families, to their health, as well as to the planet. However, there is some bad news to go along with this, and that is the fact that most green products on the market are not actually eco-friendly or safe for you at all. And as a result of the high consumer demand for these healthier, earth-friendly products, many manufacturers have simply used marketing and packaging to mislead customers into thinking their goods are better for you or ecological. So common is this deceptive practice that this term has been coined for it, greenwashing. So I'll give you another statistic. That same marketing firm, TerraChoice, reviewed 1,018 products, and all but one committed at least one of the 6 sins of greenwashing. We're going to talk about some of those greenwashing sins or tricks. Here's an infographic that I found. So in this one, there was another survey that was done in 2010 that looked at 4,744 green products in the USA and Canada, and 95% of those products in 2010 were guilty of greenwashing. Okay, so here's a list of some of them. I actually have a list of 5, so it kind of combines some of these other ones into those 5. So we'll talk about those in just a second. But basically, the bottom line is you have to do your research and look at the actual ingredients and the resources, right? So use your Think Dirty app, use EWG, use the Google machine. All right, so the 5 greenwashing tricks. The first one is the use of unsubstantiated claims, or basically no proof for whatever it is that the company is claiming. All right, so who is saying that the company is natural, green, or organic? Those terms are very loose terms that are not well regulated, especially in the US, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So you want to make sure that if a product is making certain claims, that there are no harmful chemicals hiding behind the green ones, right? You can say that there can be natural on the label, and that could just be referring to the water in it, right? Because water is natural. Also, just to make the point, like arsenic is not good for you, but that's natural, like that's a plant, right? So another example that I put up here is vegan leather. It sounds good because vegan, okay, so that means that we're not harming any animals in the process of making this leather, right? But all that really is just a fancy term for plastic. And as you know, we're inundated with plastic in our environment, so much so that it's in our oceans and it's making its way up the food chain to the point that we're eating, fish and other things that have plastic in it. So just something to be watching out for. All right. Number 2, the lesser of two evils trick. This one is fairly common, where a company will fool consumers into thinking it's gone green when it's just slightly less harmful than it was before. All right. So for example, I put up here organic cigarettes, right? I hadn't actually heard of this before, but okay, so it's organic. So the tobacco plants were not sprayed with pesticides or insecticides. Okay, so that's all well and good. But what about in the whole processing of the tobacco plant and I want to say there's at least 2,000 chemicals that are added to cigarettes that are extremely harmful. One of them is formaldehyde, which is a carcinogenic. And we all know the harmful effects of cigarettes. So it's making it seem like it's better for you by saying it's organic cigarettes, but the entire category of cigarettes is not good for you. So that's, something to watch out for. Another example might be clean coal, right? How clean is it really? We're still burning it. It's still polluting the environment. It's not going to be better for all of us compared to wind power, for example, or solar power. So the lesser of two evils, something to watch out for. All right, number 3, unseen trade-offs. This one is really hard to spot, and it's when companies are talking about the eco-friendliness of certain aspects of their products while completely ignoring the larger environmental cost. Okay, so for example, if there's some paper that advertises itself as chlorine-free, well, maybe it comes from virgin forest that had to be chopped down. Okay, so that's sort of a unseen trade-off. Another example would be organic cotton shipped from thousands of miles away. So it's great that it's organic. It hasn't been sprayed with pesticides or insecticides. But what about the pollution that was caused by shipping it thousands of miles away to get to you? So then we breathe in that pollution, right? So unseen trade-offs that we have to watch out for. I almost would argue that when I told my story about the organic milk with the added DHA, maybe that could be in here, the unseen trade-off, that they're not telling me like, oh yeah, the DHA, that's really good. It's better than all these other milks that don't have the added DHA, right? However, it wasn't sourced from, just extracting it from fish oil or fish. It was synthetically made in a lab with algae, I believe. So that is sort of an unseen trade-off that I unwittingly made by buying that organic milk with the added DHA. So unseen trade-offs to watch out for. Number 4, irrelevant claims. So this is commonly made by companies to fool us into believing they've made an effort to be green compared to all the other products, but they really haven't done anything relevant towards this. Okay, so let me give you an example. In the EU, all parabens are banned from beauty products, and they're not allowed to test on animals. So if there were a beauty product in the EU for sale that had said on the label that it's paraben and cruelty-free, well, that is irrelevant because all of the products do not have parabens, nor do they test on animals. So that doesn't make sense. Same with CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, which were in aerosols a couple decades back. They were banned. And so anything that you might see today, like an insecticide or a cleaner that said CFC free, well, that's irrelevant because they've been banned anyway from all of these products. So that's something that you really want to be watching out for. All right, finally, number 5, the use of misleading green images or names. Beware. This is probably the most common trick. So keep an eye out for pictures of trees, leaves, and other such nature scenes on labels that make no other claims to eco-friendliness or safety. Just because there's an animal and a bit of greenery on the label does not mean that the company is making the environment or your health a priority, nor do names or labels like organics, green, bio, enviro, eco, you get the idea, before a name or brand mean that they have done anything to make this product safer for you or the environment. So you always want to check the label. Now, before we move on from these 5 greenwashing tricks, I just wanted to talk very briefly about, so what are the effects of these companies that are misleading us through greenwashing? Well, one of them is that all of us that are well-intentioned, right, all of us consumers are being misled into making buying decisions, making purchases that don't deliver on their promise of being safe for us. So basically that means that both the individual consumer has been misled and that the benefit to our health, right, as well as to the environment is basically being squandered. So I like this phrase that I've heard before, your good intentions have been stolen. And that's kind of what's happening here, that we're meaning well, but because we're being misled into buying these products that are not safe, all of our good intentions are being stolen from us. Okay, another effect is that the competitive pressure from illegitimate claims takes market share away from products that offer more legitimate benefits, thus slowing the penetration of real environmental innovation in the marketplace. And all that basically means is that these products that aren't actually better for us or healthier for us are taking the market share away. More people are buying them thinking that they're safe, right? And that's taking money away from the companies that are actually making an effort to be safer for us. That could, with that added money from the market, from people buying it, could actually lead to more innovations, of like products being healthy for us, but still, very effective, if that makes sense. Like not using any of these harmful chemicals for us or the environment. So we all sort of lose out on those innovations when the money of all these well-intentioned customers is not going to the real companies that are trying to make, products that are safer for us in the environment. Okay, finally, greenwashing may create cynicism and doubt about all environmental claims. Yeah, totally. I mean, after I found out about the organic milk with the added DHA and it wasn't really good, I was extremely upset, frustrated, cynical, like, well, what the heck? I'm trying my hardest to, buy healthier, buy products that are safe for my family. Like, what do I even do? It seems like there's, just everything is claiming that it's healthy and it's not. So it can help to create that cynicism, that greenwashing of these deceptive companies and their practices. So consumers, particularly those who care most about real progress, not only for the environment, but also for our health, right? This is a huge issue. Like so many people these days have all kinds of health issues. So this may give up, or they may give up on marketers and manufacturers and give up on the hope that their spending might be put to good use. This would eliminate a significant market-based financial incentive for green product innovation and leave committed environmental advocates with government regulations as the most likely alternative, right? So again, like our cynicism as buyers, if we're just like, well, screw it, like everything causes cancer and, might as well just buy the cheapest thing, like that cynicism, and then buying those things that aren't as good for us, then the money doesn't go to the companies that are actually trying to make positive, positive products or healthy products. And so again, none of us benefit because there's not that product innovation happening in the market, basically. Okay, so moving on, let's talk a little bit about your bathroom. We're going to do a bathroom makeover, okay? And talk a little bit about what you may be putting in your mouth. Now, as I said before, the FDA has not defined the term natural and has not established a regulatory definition for this term in cosmetic labeling. So what that means is that natural is a very loose term when used on your personal care products. The long story short is that you don't want to be fooled by this clever marketing and greenwashing. You want to know what's in your products. A little bit of a review. Triclosan, we saw this slide before. The FDA has banned the chemical triclosan from hand soaps and hand sanitizer, and the reason for that is that it wasn't proven to be effective or safe in antibacterial hand soaps or in hand sanitizer. However, this chemical is still being used in toothpaste, teeth whitening products, antiperspirants, deodorants, shaving products, and creams. So explain that one, right? Kind of shocking. If it wasn't proven safe to use and it can be known to cause an interaction with hormone receptors along with other health concerns like, as we see on the slide, cancer, liver problems, depression, and behavioral issues, then why is it still in our products? And we talked about that in day 2, that if somebody were to get all kinds of liver problems later on in life, or cancer, hormone imbalances, is there enough proof that it was the triclosan compared to any other product or chemical that they used in all of their personal care or household cleaning products that, you can directly link those two? So that's kind of the reason that in our country, they need that distinctive, like that high level of proof linking one particular ingredient to this health problem. And that's just, it's really difficult to do, right? Versus the EU, where they're a lot more preventative. If there's any sort of potential link, these health problems, these studies that show that there's these health problems connected to something like triclosan, they just ban it outright. Okay, so the good news is that Young Living does not use the harmful chemical triclosan in any of their products. Their oral care products are also designed with technology to clean and freshen your breath throughout the day. Okay. Triclosan. Colgate is the only brand that still makes toothpaste that contains triclosan, a hormone and gut disruptor banned in soap. I pulled this, I found this image, so there are typos and missing commas and things like that. Don't judge me. So we talked about how triclosan is good at helping to combat gingivitis, but aren't there other things that can help to combat gingivitis without using triclosan, which has all of these negative side effects? Yes, there are. Okay, so some other favorites from Young Living for your bathroom makeover. Thieves Dentarome Ultra Toothpaste, Thieves Dental Floss. Did you know that they have dental floss? And then Thieves Fresh Essence Mouthwash, Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste. All of those are things that you can replace with the items that are in your bathroom. Here's a little toothpaste hack. Did you know that the Thieves toothpaste can also double as a deodorant? Say what? Yeah. So you could actually take a pea-size amount on your finger, run it under your pit, and of course you want to avoid applying it immediately after shaving. It might be a little too tingly. I actually tried this for you guys. I was a guinea pig, even though I was like, I don't know about this. And I found that it was as effective as any of my other natural deodorants that I use, but you have to kind of get over the toothpaste smell, the sort of minty smell, which was surprising to me because especially the Aroma Bright toothpaste is more of a cinnamony taste to it versus minty, but the smell of it when I was working out was more minty, so that was kind of funny. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about toxic mouthwash versus Thieves mouthwash. Have you ever read the ingredient list of your mouthwash? What about your kids' mouthwash? It's really kind of shocking, the stuff that they put into it. Even right on the bottle, it says contact poison control right away. If swallowed, do not swallow. So that's kind of a wake-up call, right? It's still being ingested whether you fully swallow it or not. Now, it may not be that much at a time, but over time, over the course of 10, 15, 20 years, right? That's kind of concerning. So it's a good idea to take a few minutes, look up the ingredients in your mouthwash and learn what they are all about. Look and see if there's artificial dyes, which are found in virtually all mouthwashes and can actually stain your teeth over time, diminishing the whiteness of your smile. Commonly used dyes like green number 3, yellow number 10, blue number 1, these have been shown to be cytotoxic, which means toxic to living cells. So, it's almost as if you were like putting paint in your mouth. It's toxic. Artificial dyes create an unnecessary burden burden for your liver where they are processed. And over time, your body will show effects in one way or another. And that doesn't even go into the SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, the triclosan, like we talked about, fluoride, hydrogen peroxide, glycerin, artificial preservatives, and much more that you can find in your mouthwash. So, why do major oral care brands continue to allow the widespread use of these ingredients when there's overwhelming research to support the case against them? So, let me give you one wild guess. Money, right? It all comes down to money. Ingredients like hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, alcohol, all the various dyes and preservatives produce a desired effect and are inexpensive to formulate. So at the end of the day, it's all about marketing towards what's most eye-catching and what's going to be the cheapest to make. So it'll be bright and fun, there will be pretty colors that are eye-catching, and then consumers are going to flock to it subconsciously. And those toxic ingredients are very cheap ingredients. So it's the best way for these big companies to make the most money. The benefit is for them and it's at you and your family's expense. So unfortunately for consumers, as we've been talking about this whole time, it can take several years before side effects from ingredients in these products fully manifest, making it virtually impossible to connect the symptom with the cause. It's this accumulative effect of toxic ingredients that is of concern because over time, the liver can become overworked and stop doing its job, like we were talking about with the total load, the toxins in your body. Not being able to eliminate that waste, the toxins, fast enough. So that leads to unnecessary health complications. So once again, use your Think Dirty app. You can switch out your mouthwash as ASAP. Look up what's in your mouthwash, and Thieves does not have any of those nasty ingredients. It even says it on the bottle. That's why I love it. It's powerful, it's concentrated, it's plant-based, it's amazing. And if you were to accidentally swallow any amount of it, you would not have to call poison control. That's awesome, right? It's not going to be poisonous in any amount. And you can switch it out, or not switch it out, you can stretch it out. You can use your one bottle of Thieves mouthwash, and there are recipes online that you can basically triple it. So you can make the equivalent of 3 bottles of mouthwash with the one bottle that you purchased. So you're saving money, you're saving time, you're saving trips to the grocery store, and no toxins in your lifestyle and in your mouth. That is so crucial. Okay, so let's move on to your kitchen. We're going to do a kitchen makeover. Let's talk about your kitchen. Now, you may be thinking, why do I need to worry about the soap I use to wash my dishes? I'm not eating them, right? I'm not eating the dishes. I'm not putting them on my body. So that's true. You're not eating your plate for lunch. Yes, I know. However, you do put food on your dishes, and that food picks up the detergent residue on the dishes, and then you ingest the food. So that means that you are ingesting the detergent. You also inhale the chemicals as the dishwasher releases them during washing. Did you know that Thieves has an automatic dishwasher powder that, by the way, you can also stretch out by adding, I believe it's it's baking soda and then a little bit of your Thieves household cleaner. There's lots of recipes online for the dishwasher powder as well. So the fact that the entire family uses dishes makes it really important to make sure that your kitchen products are safe for everyone. You can easily swap out your not so safe bright blue dish soap with Thieves dish soap. This is a powerhouse cleaner infused with jade lemon, which by the way smells amazing. It smells like lemon and lime together. Bergamot, which is that main ingredient or smell in Earl Grey tea. Clove, lemon, cinnamon, and rosemary, all in the Thieves essential oil blend. It contains one of the most gentle surfactants around, often used in baby shampoo, called decyl glucoside. So it's perfect for even the most sensitive skin. Now, some people complain that because of this more gentle surfactant that it doesn't, get very many bubbles. So I'm going to show you a little bit later on a little DIY so that you can get all those bubbles and, it's still safe for you. Okay, so let's see. Other kitchen favorites are Thieves Fruit and Veggie Spray for easy on the go fruit and veggie washing. Thieves Fruit and Veggie Soak. So you could you use that with some water in your sink or in a big bowl and put all of your fruit in there, and it'll take off all of the wax that they put in the grocery store and, you know, anything else that might be on the surface of your fruits and veggies, which, by the way, if you do it and then you look at the water after you pull your fruit out, pretty gross stuff. Okay, so on to the fun part, DIY. I'm going to show you how to stretch out your Thieves hand soap and your Thieves dish soap. And again, hopefully I am tech savvy and will be able to just add those in right here. I wanted to show you a very quick and easy way to stretch out your Thieves hand soap. So this is the very first 8-ounce bottle that I bought, and let me show you that there's still a little bit left over in there. So I want to say I bought this like 5 or 6 months ago, and I have been able to stretch it out just with adding distilled water to my aluminum foaming pump. And if you look, like, this is actually bigger, but I put like a third of the bottle in here, and I filled the rest up with distilled water, and Ben and I use it every single day, and it has lasted an extremely long time. So that's awesome. So I'm going to show you how to make it in here. Basically, I bought a refill and I haven't even used it yet. So this will be my first time using it. I already poked a hole in here to make it a little bit easier, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So basically it says that you can stretch out your Thieves hand soap to, you can get 3 bottles out of one. I'd say like between 3 and 4, maybe. Like maybe you guys have a little bit, those of you who use the Thieves hand soap, I don't know, maybe you can stretch it out even more, I'm not sure, but you can at least do it by a third. So I'm gonna add, let's see how much that looks like, if that's about a third. I think that it's a little bit less, so it's a little hard because this is a tapered bottle, so the bottom is going to be a little bit lower. So I'd say that's about a third in here. I know it's hard to see. I should have gotten a glass bottle. Sorry about that. But you're just going to fill it up to about a third, or if you just bought this one, then you would dump out about 2/3 into another container to save for later. And then all you do is add the distilled water all the way to the top. And that is it. You put your little dispenser on top. And of course, I always do that. I always like put too much and then there's an overflow, even with my roller bottles. I gotta remember, like, less is more. Okay, so you get the idea. So that's it. You get, you can make at least 3 bottles out of one, which is awesome. Now, if you wanted to add essential oils to it, to maybe like give it another scent or extra cleaning power, like if you wanted to put like lemon or something like that, then I would suggest that you use like either an aluminum or stainless steel dispenser or glass dispenser if you're going to use the essential oils, because if you use plastic, a lot of times the essential oils are so potent that they will break down plastic. But like the Thieves hand soap itself, even though it has essential oils in there, it has been diluted enough, so it's okay. It's just if you're going to add some more to it that you would want to use a container like glass or plastic. So I hope that was helpful, informative on how you can stretch out your Thieves hand soap. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye. There, I wanted to show you how to basically stretch out your Thieves dish soap. Super, super easy, and will get you lots and lots of bubbles. So what you want to do is, if you have a full 12-ounce bottle of the dish soap, you want to get a glass, like a mason jar container, to put about 2/3 of the soap in there to store for later, and then leave a third of the soap in the bottle. So I had already used about a third of this already, and I put the other third in a little mason jar container. So there's about a third left in here. And in order to stretch this out, you just need 2 additional ingredients. So that first ingredient is some baking soda. It's just plain old baking soda, and you can put anywhere from 1 to 3 tablespoons in your dish soap. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put 1, and hopefully I don't make a ginormous mess, but it's okay if I do, right? Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, and I am making a mess of getting the powder everywhere. So trying to get that in here. It's a little bit clumpy. There is a cute little book, children's book, that my son has, and it's one of my favorites. The art is really basic. It's very colorful, but I think it's by someone by the name of Todd Parker. Todd something, but it literally is. Everyone makes mistakes, and I just love that because sometimes we forget, even as adults, that everyone makes mistakes, and so I just think that that's, you know, we all need that reminder sometimes that it's okay to make a mess. You can always clean it up. That's basically what the book, it's like, it's okay if you do this, you can always do such and such, so it's not all getting in there. I should have probably done the little paper cone trick. Actually, let me try that. Let's see if that gets in here better. Okay, so let me get a piece of paper. And roll it up like a cone, get it small enough. Okay, see if I can, I think I'm gonna make even more of a mess. See if I can get the hole small enough. I should have done actually let me do a post-it note instead and see if that'll work. To be small enough of a cone to get the baking soda in there. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay, that should work. So let me try to dump this in here. All right, that worked a lot better. So yeah, just use a little piece of paper like a post-it note to try to get your baking powder in there. I have a little bit that got into the bottle, so try to get that in there too. All right. Okay, so that was the hard part, was getting the baking soda in the bottle. And then you get your distilled water. Why do we use distilled? It's because it's purified. They heat up the water, and then through steam, basically through steam, all of that steam is captured. So that's the pure water, and then all the minerals and other impurities are separated. So that's why it tends to be a really good choice for a lot of these DIYs that we're making to help prevent, you know, any kind of nasty growth or buildup, especially in essential oils. Like when you start diffusing with a diffuser, a lot of people like to use distilled water for that exact same reason, because it won't have as much of a mineral buildup that can clog your diffuser. So basically all I am doing is, almost had a little accident there, a little spillage. Okay. All right. So that is it. I'm gonna put it on really tight, and I spill. I spilled. It's okay to make mistakes, guys. To be a little bit messy, you know, that's inevitable. So there we go. That's all that's in it, and you just shake it up, and you'll get lots of really good bubbles. And I'm shaking the camera as I'm going here, but yeah, you just shake it up, and that's it. So out of 1/3 of the bottle. And you want to shake it up really good to get that the baking soda all mixed up in there. You can make 3 of these 12-ounce bottles with your Thieves dish soap. So I'm going to keep shaking here. Hopefully that was helpful, and see you later. Bye. All right, let's do a little bit of Thieves cost breakdown for the hand soap. Okay, the 8-ounce single bottle is 236.6 milliliters, which at retail is $17.43, or at a wholesale price, if you're a wholesale member, $13.25. Now, you can make at least 3 8-ounce bottles of hand soap from one. I can actually stretch it out to a little bit more, almost 4 bottles, but let's just be conservative here and have 3 bottles, okay? So at retail, $17.43 divided by 3 is $5.81 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap. Because it's super concentrated, you can make 3 bottles out of one. If you're paying wholesale, it's $13.25 divided by 3, so it's $4.42 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap. Now, if you were to buy the 3-pack of those 8-ounce foaming pump bottles, like you see in the top picture, if you were to get, there's a 3-pack of them, it's $48.03 retail or $36.50 wholesale. So you can make at least 9 8-ounce bottles of hand soap from those 3 bottles. So maybe you want to get 3, like have one for your kitchen and you have a couple bathrooms or what have you. All right, so retail price $48.03 divided by 9 is $5.33 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap that you can make. Or at wholesale, it's $36.50 divided by 9 equals $4.05 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap. Okay, so you're saving a little bit more by buying the 3-pack. Now, the best deal for your money is to get that refill 32-ounce bottle, which is pictured at the bottom. That is 946.4 milliliters, and it's $51.97 retail or $39.50 wholesale. So you can make at least 12 8-ounce bottles of hand soap from that refill bottle. So retail price $51.97 divided by 12 is $4.33 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap. And then wholesale is $39.50 divided by 12 equals $3.29 per 8-ounce bottle of hand soap. Now, that is pretty on par with if you go to the grocery store and you look for the healthier, more natural hand soaps that, don't have those harmful chemicals. That is pretty on par with what you would pay at the grocery store. And the other thing I want to point out is, so the first thing I bought was just that 1 8-ounce bottle. And I bought that several months ago, and I have been stretching it out. I've been putting it in my aluminum foaming pump dispenser. And I still have a little bit from that original bottle left. And it has been at least 6 months, and I use it every day. So because of that foaming hand soap dispenser, it actually lasts a long time. I know it may seem a little bit more expensive when if you coupon and stuff, you might be able to get the other hand soaps for a bit cheaper, like a couple bucks. But again, like, what is in those products? And, are those safe for you over time? Are there toxins that are going to affect your health? It lasts a long time, and it's on par with some of those more natural hand soaps out there. Okay, moving on, Thieves dish soap cost breakdown. So it only comes in this one size, 12-ounce bottle or 354.8 milliliters. And at retail price, it's $18.42 or $14 wholesale. You can make 3 12-ounce bottles of dish soap from that one. So retail price, $18.42 divided by 3 would make it $6.14 per 12-ounce bottle of dish soap. And wholesale would make it, so it's $14 divided by 3, $4.66 per 12-ounce bottle of dish soap. It's not bad, but I will be showing you later on in this class how you can save even more money on these household products that you're buying anyway. You can save anywhere from 10 to 25% more, and even get some of these items for free through Essential Rewards. So we'll talk about that later. All right, we made it to the action items. Number 5. Number 1, take out your Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste sample and brush your teeth with it. What are your thoughts and reactions? You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't like it. It took me about a month to get used to the fact that it wasn't super sweet and it wasn't all that minty. I'm actually going to try some of the Dentarome because I think those are a little bit more minty, which I do like, but I just want to see what your reaction is. It doesn't have any of the triclosan, the SLS, or artificial dyes in it. Brush your teeth with it. Let me know what you think. If you want, you could use it as a deodorant, but I won't, make that an action item and force you to do that. And then number 2, find and share an example of greenwashing. Maybe there's a product out there that is making a particular claim or, one of those tricks that we talked about. So can you find and share with us an example of greenwashing? All right, day 5 recap. We talked about the 5 tricks of greenwashing. We did some room makeovers, items in your bathroom and your kitchen, what might not be so safe in there and what you can replace them with. And again, you can start filling out your ditch and switch all things Thieves list. We did some DIYs, how to stretch out your Thieves hand soap as well as your Thieves dish soap. We did some cost breakdown of those 2 items. And then your action items, number 5, are first, use your Thieves toothpaste and share your thoughts. And number 2, find and share an example of greenwashing. So for each of those items that you do, you will get an entry. So you could get 2 entries into the giveaway by doing both of those action items. All right, that's it for day 5. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope this was informative, and stay tuned for the next video in which we will talk about giveaway item number 5. Bye, y'all.